All right, everyone, welcome back to your CEVO Season 6 LAN Finals. We're going into map number 2, Elevate versus CLG. We just watched Elevate just squeak out a victory over CLG on that map number 1. And now we're about to get into map number 2 here. It's going to be Dust 2. We talked about it a little bit, and this is going to be a very tight, intense map that we have going here.
Both these teams very good at Dust 2. Obviously, CLG has that past, beating teams like Envious at Aspen, beating teams like Titan in the Katowice qualification process, beating NA teams in online leagues and tournaments at times, though they've also been dealt some pretty hefty losses, like Keyed Stars at the latest major, or even against Elevate at times, like at ClutchCon and some other events. So it's a hit-or-miss map for them. Both teams will be good on it. Both teams yesterday, or excuse me, the first day at the upper bracket finals, both 13 rounds on T side on this map. So who will be able to pick it up on the CT side within regulation is going to be kind of a key factor here that I think.
Yeah, and I mean, we saw overtime go yesterday, or not yesterday, I should say, when we first watched these two teams play 2 days ago, and they were able to take the first one. But I think we're ready to roll here, actually, guys. So we're going to throw it back up to Launders and Helium up top.
Thanks, guys. Moving into map 2, where we've already seen quite a bit of history between these two teams on Dust 2 here on LAN in Columbus, Ohio.
Yeah, both pleased to play it, I think.
Yeah,
I think,
definitely.
and that's got to be a scary thought for CLG, because if they aren't able to secure this map, then we don't see Nuke, and I'm sure they want to play Nuke. Now, even if they lose this map, they will have the opportunity to play a second best of 3 to keep themselves alive and actually close out the series, but they're not going to want to go there. It's going to take a next level amount of stamina, and because these games are always so close with CLG, that means a lot of rounds need to be played. So an early 1-0 lead for Elevate means that they're feeling good and they're looking good, and that's the first time CLG have had a map taken off them this entire event.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, and it did nearly go to overtime, though. They've been involved in quite a few of those, and it looks like we're ready to jump into the pistol round here on Dust 2. We've been seeing a lot of the same maps, but they have all been pretty exciting.
And what's interesting is to see the map evolve as the teams start to get better and better at them. We've had a few teams here that, you know, have had recent roster changes or IGL switch outs, and to see them play all the way through the tournament and get better and fix their own mistakes is kind of like a mini evolution in itself. So for those of you who don't believe in evolution, it's
true in on Dust 2. I mean, it has to be, right? How long has this map been around? For decades, right? And it's not like it's been a stale meta. The map hasn't changed at all. Like, gameplay has changed. It's been played for a decade, and people are still finding out new things to do.
Yeah.
Obviously, you know, new versions of CS help with that a little bit. Changes to nade physics, especially with the underhand flashing and whatnot, and skyboxes.
Yeah, that all has an effect. Yeah, absolutely.
So it's been fun. It's been dynamic, and let's see how we start off on this pistol round. Looks like Hiko is going to be spotted going over to B, but not a surprise. Can pretty much expect him there anyways.
Yeah, and it looks like a 2-up on Cat. I really like the setup. And again, answering back to the setup of CLG here, if we look at the minimap, we see that concave from the CTs with their focus towards middle and B, and that's going to be a huge problem as they do want to go out mid to B. So the flank is going to be quick, the hold is going to be sharp, but if an entry comes out too soon, the man advantage is going to be too much, and Hiko with a really nice headshot, grabs 1 kill for free, and what just happened? Everyone dies!
Come B again, says Hiko. I'm ready.
Oh my goodness.
Always holding it down. So Elevate there with the pistol round. They didn't get either of the pistol rounds over on Cash.
No, that's the first pistol round. I mean, what a pistol round to take.
And check it out, guys, here. As we are in the CEVO Finals, the giveaway code is going to be hashtag CEVO Finals for that knife. So make sure to put that into the MLG chat, hashtag CEVO Finals, the whole thing to get involved in the giveaway here. And already some scout shots over towards long. That Skadoodle. Surprise, surprise, with that scoped weapon, and already with 2 amazing scout shots through the door on this map. Are we going to see third time Dust 2,
you
third
just have
scout
to call
through the door?
It out, and then it happens.
It happened immediately last time. We'll see if we see it in another round. But they are forcing up here.
Yeah,
with armor and upgraded pistols.
Yeah, a little bit over 100 damage done already on the round. We have 2 players looking like they want to try to escort themselves out long, and I think we'll try to commit to it. With a player playing long this round, unlike the pistol, they're fully aware of this possibility. Now, they open up Cat. They know that someone is probably going to be playing from game help or maybe from sight boxes, and Rush is spotted at the blue bin. Won't have the opportunity to fall off of it. And a flash comes out. I'm not even sure whose that was, but Rush with 4 HP manages to escape. Now Skadoodle looking for a pick, and look at that hit rate. Grabs a nice flick by Peter, using the P250 on that scout and taking him down. And that means the bomb goes down, and suddenly it's a 4v4.
Yeah, and look at Rush. He's only got 4 HP. Desi and friends at Zico behind him trying to work their way up. Cat spraying down with the FAMAS, but the pistols are proving very strong as they found themselves in some close range scenarios here. But there it is, the automatic power. Even from a FAMAS coming up with 2 just like that. Roka with 1 more, and now it's a long defuse, but plenty of time. Desi will get it.
Yeah, I mean, just all that time to let the adrenaline drain as he got 4 kills on that round. A really nice 2-piece spray transfer and picking the right guy on the side of Cat there. He killed, you know, if you see 2 players like that, you got to pick one to kill. He picked the one who was lit, and that would mean that he would have the best chance to kill them both. And obviously with a little bit of good aim to supplement it, got both frags and secure that round, which I thought CLG had for sure.
Yeah, got a little rough, especially because they played one aggressive on blue bin, got low, and the player was even able to escape and stay alive. I thought that was going to work out for them, but, well, rather it did. But terrorists into the site, got the bomb down, got some money, but still going to have to be forced onto no rifles here again.
Yeah.
And it's going to be round 4 where we actually get to see them slug it out. And we'll see if CLG can do a better job with their rifle rounds here on this map too.
Yeah. Hiko getting pressured a little bit at mid. They know exactly where he's sitting right now, and they're going to try to fall off of it, not wanting to subject themselves to a crossfire, but Skadoodle drops the bomb holder in upper B. He doesn't spot it himself, but FNS pushing back off Cat, spots Desi, who's trying to flank him from long, and he does get the frag. Very reliable with that FAMAS, and Roka comes in to help his teammates, so the trades are real right now for Elevate, looking very scary.
Desi with another 2K. I think maybe it's just one map today where he hasn't top fragged, or actually on Cash, I think it was very close. It might have been Skadoodle, because Skadoodle tends to turn it on Cash with that op. He was definitely up there, but Desi's been a huge part of this. And Hiko said in the pregame interview, before we even sat down for game 1, that he was confident that his team had the better aimers.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's definitely a bold statement going up against a team like CLG, who have already secured 2 pistol rounds and just barely lost that map 14-16. Now, Peter just sitting here in lower B is looking for the best opportunity to get a lurk frag, and does spot Roka, who actually has no idea where he is, but will he get the frag on Roka? He does come away with a FAMAS.
Oh, he gets the second!
Headshot. And wow, I mean, just the moments from Peter are insane. But Elevate do secure that round pretty convincingly still.
Yeah, beautiful second shot there. If he changed it into the third when he had whipped out the FAMAS, it could have been the start of something really beautiful, but it still does not get them their first round. Now though, Peter, signature weapon in hand. He's got the op, 4 AKs on his teammates. Let's see if they can't find the first rifle round, because this time no pistol and no anti-ecos for them.
Yeah, a long spawn is being taken here. A smoke comes out and a counter smoke as well, and that's a little bit rough for Elevate, because that means long control is given up. Now that they know it's long, it's good information, but at the same time, it doesn't really matter for CLG. They have that control of it, and it was given to them for free, so they can do a lot with this. But Desi with the very good push up mid. This should be proved to be very fruitful, though. He's going to go up against our number 9 man, coming out the back of long, and actually pulls off a perfect lurk, but gets spotted out. And will he get the frag? No, Tarek trades him out, and that's a huge disaster for Elevate, as now CLG have the man advantage.
Yeah, Desi not going to be finding a kill on this round, as he's the first player to drop. Hazed is kind of low there for CLG. And let's see where they want to work. They've got the... Oh, what a nade! That one is from downtown. Taking the player all the way in top mid.
And suddenly the 3v3 happens, and now they've given up long control. Do not want to go laid out for some reason. I think might have the feeling that a player was rotated once they left, but no information has been tried to grasp, so that could have been a good rotate. And looking for the close duel, Skadoodle actually gets a pick for him, takes down Roka and leaves Rush in a 1v3.
Well, he's good with the op, and his teammate gets in his way right there. Would have been funny if there was a double.
Would it be funny if it wasn't serious circumstances?
Yeah, that's true. It'll be funny after this event.
We're both going to a bad place.
All right, Rush coming in. Can he do it? There are some very low players. If he checks below the box first, nade coming in. That actually really hurts the teammate there. That's Finesse. But Finesse looking up is able to bring him down through the box.
The wake-up call he needed, you could say. And oh my God, Skadoodle winning that round for CLG, it feels like, as that trade was so important. But mistakes do happen, and a round is on the board now. I wonder where this will leave us coming into this round. We saw the long control, you know, fought for and not fought for, and now the elevator on a save, I guess they have a round to think about it, but I guess there's always the option that an eco could happen.
Well, 3 crossed over to B, and it was right after the smoke bloomed. Peter wasn't able to get any damage on him from T-spawn. We did also have Tarek moving out to B, but it looks like he drops down to lower, so CLG just playing that mid control, going to keep their options open for either site, as Cutler will work out mid. They probably are expecting this eco round, so just trying to stick together more or less.
And Hiko actually going to caught off guard here as he gets fragged. And now Skadoodle left in the site with actually a teammate to back him up, has the weirdest angle, gets the 1D
Rush
or the
1-2.
2 and traded out by Cutler.
Yeah, 3 on 2 right now. Elevate got themselves an AK once again. It's going to be Rush in the same scenario. He's going to have to take this mid into B. He's got an ally, but they're all the way back up in dark spot, top of middle. Now green boxes coming in towards lower B. So
I feel like he doesn't have enough LGB stickers on that gun to win the round.
Yeah, you're going to need some more. What is it, max? 4 stickers on a gun?
Yeah, 4. That's actually the minimum.
Oh, yeah? Double them up? Both sides, at least.
Yeah, unable to do it, so he's wisely going to save. And since he has that gun, might have to play a more supporting position next round, but all jokes aside, does come away with a good save and AK there.
4K for Cutler, so he's been very consistent on every map.
Yeah, he was like 20 frags, 23 frags, 24 frags for CLG, and I don't think he top fragged, but averaged out higher than anyone else, and that's exactly, you know, what we talked about with Cutler, always putting up the numbers. And the same for Desi, actually, 24 and 25 frags, I think. Seemed quiet, but, you know, today, earlier, just not quiet at all. Loud as hell.
All right, so this is about, well, okay, a little low on nades for Elevate, but in terms of the guns, like, this is what you got. 4M4s op, 4 AKs op. It's classic CS weaponry right here. Rush now in the pit. Does get that guy very low, and the nade will take him down. That was Cutler to fall. Look at all these flashes going out. Oh, peeks up the pit. Hayes, though, with a quick flick over. And now Skadoodle trying to lock it down. A little bit of a gap in that smoke. He will be full white, uses the smoke as cover, and now not going to be aware that a player got into pit, but he is panning over to check it out. And smartly so, he will fall off to stay alive and try to fight another day in another angle.
Yeah, and with the player in CT, that's Skadoodle. He does have not a great position, but it could be favorable if he gets a frag. It doesn't manage to do it, but has a teammate there. Hayes managed to get 2 on the round, is looking to take the head off of Skadoodle, and does manage to find the body shot, so 3 important frags on the round. Might secure this, but Roka in a 1v4 does find the first one, is in a 1v3 now. Slightly winnable, but Peter is holding the tightest angle on him.
Yeah, that was honestly kind of, it's like the worst position to try to hold lockdown A site is when you're the CT stuck on the ramp right there. They almost did it though. Like, had Skadoodle hit one of those 2 op shots he took, and had Hiko, when he peeked out, got one of them, it would have easily made it probably even trade. So when the flank came in from the catwalk, they could have done it, but instead now Roka, in a 1v3, he will go for saving his rifle. Yeah,
and it seems like everyone's taking turns getting the entry frags. Actually, Cutler got an entry frag coming out long since he had the best spawn and managed to do that, but Hayes getting 2 entries and a trade frag on the round it does really good for him as well, and are looking strong in this dust too. Again, off to kind of a start like Cash, except this time it's CLG with 3 rifle rounds to go up against a pistol and 2 ecos from Elevate.
All right, shot of Skadoodle contemplating. Hayes there now. Inspecting his knife.
Definitely worth inspecting.
Those are the important things right there.
That's how you stay focused.
Wants to win this land so he can get a stat track bayonet. All right. So how do they play around the rifle? Where is Roka? Looks like he's over at A. No, he's the one controlling up long, all by himself here, and they try to work around this boost that was Skadoodle up on the box. It doesn't pan out, and Hiko does a lot of damage with the P250. Can't quite bring home the kill on Cutler. And now Roka moving over. Honestly, I expect them to want to try and save this again. If they can put up some exit kills with either of the P250s and that rifle, it would be great. Yeah,
100% he wants to. I mean, if you can get some free shots off and he knows that 2 players are lit, Hiko definitely was upset about the fact that he clearly did at least 90 damage to a team, or to a player on the other team. Oh, whoa! Rush just flicks his P250
Can he get another?
in the face of Peter and FNS, shutting him down and picking him off. Will he get away with this? They don't want to let him, and Hayes says no. Getting 2 very important frags there.
So we've seen some sick P250 from Peter on a round where like he couldn't have possibly won, and same thing there. But man, what shots were those?
Rush answers back. Yeah, 2 nice shots coming up from FNS and Peter. Peter actually pointing out that he hates him.
Yeah, well, Chappie coming up there here by the giveaway. We saw some knife inspecting earlier, and you could get a chance to win a very sick knife. At the hashtag CEVO finals there into the MLG TV chat for your chance to win.
Yeah. Now, coming again against a buy round are CLG with 2 ops. So this lowers the mobility of the team and limits their options. Now, I don't think they want to let Elevate know that they have 2 ops, because that's going to make them think that they're most likely going to go towards A, but out long already, and a trade coming out for Cutler almost finds the head of a second player, and the repeat from Desi proves to be favorable, but Peter comes in to trade immediately, and look at our 9-man already at the A site. Will they be able to escort the bomb across? It'll all come down to this, and FNS does get a very important 1-tap on Rush, trying to clear Cat.
So it's up to Skadoodle and Hiko. They've had a 2v5. It was with pistols. It's going to be a little bit harder against even the double op setup, as you mentioned here, Tarek and Peter. And they will back off, hunker down in the B site, and try to hold on here.
Yeah, definitely not their favorite thing to do as a CS player, not look for frags, but instead avoid getting killed, and doing so in the B site. And what you can do in a save in this situation is, you know, instead of just running as far as you can, take control of a place like this and play it like you would, you know, as if you were defending the site, and just watch the tunnel, watch the door, watch the window, and maybe just focus on the door and window. They do have the spots to do it, and it looks like CLG just really have no incentive to go and find them. They're content with this round on the board, and just want to continue to perform leading. And now going into another round here, I think if we get a couple of drops off from Hiko and Skadoodle, there could be a buy behind the op. And even if a player has to 5-7 because of it, it looks like it doesn't even have to be that. You know, you do want to just really cherish the investment that is the op, because that can be too expensive to buy on later rounds.
Yeah, CLG maybe not too worried about hunting them down, because they have now got 5 in a row. So a lot of those going to be rifle rounds. They've got 4 plants, which says to me that they are getting into the sites with their entries, getting the bomb down. But now the first kill of the round is going to go towards Elevate. It becomes Skadoodle with an op. Rush now with that M4. He's going to get 2, now 3 with the headshot. And that was really the battle for launch control. CT's put 3 there initially. Now Skadoodle coming back, sensing where else are they going to go on an A split but Cat. And he finds there Peter, and he guns him down. So CLG a little bit disrupted there.
Fantastic.
That was round 9, and now into 10.
That was a fantastic round from Rush. I mean, he made him look like saving players there, getting 3 frags for his team. And as that round closed out, we saw Peter walk across Cat, right? And it wasn't the most favorable situation for him, but Skadoodle always fully aware of the possibilities that could happen. And we see him get a lot of these kills kind of for free. We don't see that many duels because we see Peter, you know, turn around and kill someone, but we always catch Skadoodle finding the better of someone who's not actually expecting him to be there. Always putting himself in great position.
Yep, the true sign of a great player. And the nade sort of bouncing off of Pete's there into the site. And Finesse has already fallen now, so CLG maybe going to be in a tough place this map. We'll see what they can do as Tarek gets his way out mid, and right there he will even it up. He falls back to play passive, going to set those smokes off, try to isolate Skadoodle. Let's see, yeah, he will go for the jump up on the box and try to op them. It's a great place, I mean, with any gun op especially though. But they don't commit to mid. They will now go up Cat. Molly going into the site here. Desi, smart play, I think, to just fall back, because as we saw already, the ramp is not the place where you want to hold down A site.
Again, and they're getting stuck here once again, and we see that they have to recede back into CT. Once they've lost their player along, they have no way of knowing that their back is being watched, and even just taking that shot off Cat when you have long control, oh my god, just got to point out that nice shot from Tarek as he waits for a player there. Jumping into CZ to clean up, or jumping into CT to clean up the last kill was Cutler, but again, yeah, we see CLG, or we see Elevate, excuse me, end up in these positions where they're worried about a B split, and then we got all these players down in the pool. And it's kind of like if you walk out up around nuke, and there's 2 players on rafters, like who's that going to favor, right? Whoever's in the highest position. So they need to stop putting themselves in that position, or maybe we should start applauding CLG for making that situation possible as they continue to exploit this this flaw at A.
Yeah, well, when we look at the game that went to double OT, when they needed rounds and they were finding them, the terrorist sides, with the mid to Bs very late in that, so maybe that's fresh in their minds from the last time they played. But either way, yeah, they're giving like almost too much respect for that mid B split.
Yeah. Possibly a little bit too worried
and now
for
it's going to be A very quickly. Tarek had an opportunity there to maybe, with a bit of luck, find both of those heads immediately. Eventually he does find one, but it's a return nade from Hiko that will avenge Rush. And now a 4-on-4 here. Bomb still posted up at Xbox. And again, options open. Cat, lower B, or mid to B.
Yeah. Tarek looking to make a play for his team is taking really aggressive peeks of Cat, and I think they know they win their trades more often there than not, so want to exploit that as long as possible. And Hayes throwing a control smoke out long means that he might take the attention of Elevate away from it, but I think our number 5 man aware of this is going to fall off. And Game Helper is gonna get peas. Take it easy from Cutler, but Hiko too aware, and Hayes trades him out, and a perfect B split have his FNS entries into the site, and Desi is left alone. Great round from CLG so far.
Yeah, all by himself now, so it looks like CLG gonna have 7 here, and just 1 away from winning the half with those 8 rounds.
Yes, the coveted numeric advantage, and Desi is just going to look to save this. Now, it might actually be worth looking for him here, as the economy for CLG looks very healthy. 9 and 8.5 or 8.6K on 2 players, as well as a full buy on Hayes and Peter. FNS, the only man with an extra bit of money, but I don't know if they will spend all their effort looking for him. Still only have a slight lead, and Desi might get away with hanging on this M4 unless he gets spotted, and he does. Hayes takes him down.
That is so big right there, because it was, what do they have? They had 5 losses in a row, so they were getting that max bonus, and then they got that 1 off round, and then suddenly they've given up 2 more.
Oh my
and their money is in a really rough spot, so they're going to have another save. This should, unless something crazy happens, some really creative eco round here for Elevate, it's more than likely 8-4, and then even then, it's going to be probably a couple FAMAS there, so not the strongest of rounds over the course of these next 2.
Yo, so important to point that out, yeah. As the economy looking really bad now for Elevate, who only actually have 1 rifle round in this half, right?
Yeah.
Coming away with a pistol. So CLG a little bit farther ahead than I think even the round score alludes to, but once again, their fight is going to be on the CT side, not the T side. Everybody and their grandmother knows that CLG can get T rounds on Dust too, but Skadoodle gets a nice headshot on.
He dinked one and actually got one there. That was FNS to fall. Tarek going to bring down Skadoodle with hello Molotov. Hiko moving his way up, takes down the barrels player, quick dink, finishes him off.
That could have got ugly.
Yeah, but Cutler will tame Hiko. And wow, full blind, very far range. That's Rush coming up with the USP. And that's a really tough one to win. It'll be op down. That's Peter with 1 kill there. Tarek finds 3, and now CLG with 8 rounds. They lead 8-4.
I would have loved to win that round for sure, but coming away, making it expensive, we're Elevate. So they will be happy about that. The op is going to go back into the hands of Skadoodle, and he needs to have much more of an impact, I feel like, on these rounds for, first of all, so that he can hang on to it, and secondly, put some rounds on the board for his team, because the op on CT side is so important that that's why we see up to 2 ops on this Dust too, but at this point don't have the option for that second one, and maybe don't have another offer to hold it. So pressure on Skadoodle to get a frag, and he does get 1. Crossing Cat grabs another one from this Game Helper spot, but FNS with a quick headshot makes it a 3v3. Cat control is theirs. They can plan for it. They don't even have to push long. Tarek can just sit here and look for a lurk frag on Rush, who has to eventually rotate back, but gets aggressive, and Tarek wins that duel. Crucial duel to win.
Yeah, and I feel like Team Elevate is just almost not playing anyone in that site at A.
Yes.
I mean, I know it was kind of their setup. Anytime we'd see them at long, it was one person in pit, one at cars or Game Helper, whatever you prefer to call it, and then there was person on plat, but again, showing respect to the B splits, they're having that plat player just kind of be on the ramp, and they're never really able to hold on to Cat. If they were going to do it that round, it was going to be because Skadoodle hit 3 shots, but you don't really want to bet your whole round strategy on Skadoodle opping 3 people.
Yeah, we saw a very dynamic CT setup on Cash that seemed to work really well. But as you're saying, like, imagine Rush, who's playing Fence on Cash, right? Dedicated there. How important that is on so many of those rounds where they took A. If he was playing Goose, right? That would be the equivalent, I think, on Dust 2. How effective that would be. That's such a good point. And I think that's definitely the reason why they're able to lose so many rounds. Now, oh my God. Skadoodle does take some damage there.
So he did give him the haircut. Took off his silly hat that the CTs seem to wear on Dust 2. Rush gets some damage in there, but is then brought down by FNS. Skadoodle already low, 9-4. And CLG, I mean, again, going up against just that one rifle and some upgraded pistols. So it's a great opportunity to take 10 rounds, and they'd be, I'm sure, very happy with 11-4 if they can get out of the half with that.
Yeah, I feel like they have very little chance of losing this round with complete long control. Are just going to look to walk right up, and Skadoodle taking pot shots through the smoke isn't going to do much damage. Now, the thing that they do have going for them is this push-up of Cat, but Tarek is going to be fully aware of it, though. Desi, the only man with a rifle, actually gets a frag off of it, and they can't manage to kill this guy. They can't manage to kill Skadoodle in CT, so he's going to come away with low HP, but a couple players low on CLG means...
One more clip here, Skadoodle.
Oh, he's jumping up. And Eco actually finds a frag. So it's a 3v3. It's actually a 3v2. Is this round winnable?
Skadoodle's out of ammo. He needs to pick up a rifle. I think at most he's maybe got 1 or 2 bullets in that P250. Probably not enough, but FNS going to bring down Desi. Hiko with that trade out. Now it's Peter by himself, and I don't know if they quite planned it for him. Oh, they did actually. Hiko working it, doing those squats, trying to be evasive.
Oh,
Get the P250! Elevate with round 5!
2 HP on Eco, and he gets the defuse. Unbelievable.
Oh my gosh, and I thought it was going to be the P250 coming up at the long cross that was going to run out of ammo. Who knew it was going to be the op with a massive kill opportunity, and Elevate able to squeak around out there.
The most awkward reload in the history of Counter-Strike Global Offensive right there, as a round was lost because of it. Unbelievable. Peter's got to be so upset that his gun doesn't have at least 11 bullets in it.
Yeah. Surely the skin comes with 1 extra bullet in the clip, right? Yeah. That's what I paid my money for. All right, so Finesse moving up Cat. Oh, we can see the extra talking on. The spam was kind of right on point. Hiko actually will get one. That's Cutler that he brings down, and now Skadoodle actually playing up on the site, almost finding a 2-for-1 there, does just find 1. And now Hiko, once more, always in this position. It's so weird to see him playing there.
Oh my God.
Will it work out? Ooh. Yes, he gets 1. He's going to find Hayes the Molly goes down. Peter going to try to force him to move. Can't hit the jumping shot.
Looking for the revenge on Hiko and finds it. And suddenly this round is highly winnable. I'd say it's even favored for Peter. He's going to get the plan off. He doesn't know where the rotates are coming from, but Cat and Long are all too obvious. Now, he's going to look to clear out CT, but push towards Long. It might get caught off guard, but turns around and gets a clean frag onto Desi. And all he has to do, as he planned it for himself, is look for this kill on Roka, who he could actually kill with a P250, but he's going to stick the plan. And will another round be lost? He is looking for the frag, but can't lost! Another smoke defuse on the part of Elevate.
Twice in a row like that.
2 rounds in a row to Peter.
I thought for sure he runs up, moving, he gets that first dink in. And it's surprising with the P250 that it wasn't even just 1 kill. I think at that point it's almost the knife that is the safer bet when the smoke is down like that.
Oh my God, to end the half too. And that was on the back of the buy that they were able to win because Hiko gave them that money, and then they ended up losing a 2nd round in the exact same way. That's ridiculous.
Wow, so it looked like CLG had a really good shot to go for the 11-4, then 2 of the craziest rounds that we have seen here at the CEVO Season 6 LAN, or in Counter-Strike in general. And there it is, 9-6. Still in favor of CLG. But Elevate getting a lot on CT, and we've seen when these teams match up that it's the CT rounds that are the most precious.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, 100%. I mean, there's no doubt about that. And coming away with the pistol, we're CLG, but this could have easily been an 11-4 half if it wasn't for a couple of mishaps, a little bit of unfortunate, and a couple hilarious moments, I have to say.
Yeah, definitely.
But not necessarily for the teams, but certainly exciting to watch. I mean, the smoke diffuse was definitely calculated, and the fact that he was able to create that confusion is why he won the round. But Peter so close to killing both of those players means that Elevate actually come away with a respectable half.
Yeah, and it looks like CLG taking some time to talk about what happened there late in that first half.
Yeah.
Obviously, it was a crowd pleaser, but it was not pleasing to CLG, probably to Peter and Finesse.
Yeah.
There they are, hyping it up.
That's great.
Some crowd encouragement.
Everyone having fun. And yeah, so I don't know. I think CLG come away with like a really strong T half. Could have been really, really strong. And now have to prove themselves on CT, which is going to be really difficult.
Yep.
I mean, if there was anything as hard as it was for Elevate, who just beat them on the last map, I don't know if CLG are going to be able to get 6 rounds like they did. That's going to be tough. I mean, that's only going to get them a match point as well. They're going to need 7 to close it out. And it's only going to be easier with a pistol, but without one, I don't know. I don't know.
So looking at this pistol, it was Elevate who took the pistol in the next 2 on CT side. Can they do the same here on the Terrorist squad? And let's find out. We're going to go into their comms. Turtle Beach team chat coming up.
Play ramp. If they don't rush long and one guy play long.
Okay. Tell me what you want. Tell me where to go. Where.
I got long with Cutler.
I'm going B.
Terra go B. And Peter and Hayes should play close mid, so Hayes should go for the picks towards lower while Peter's picking mid.
Okay.
Make sure you all cross far backs so then it doesn't look like you're close to mid.
Watch for a rush B. I didn't see anything, dude. I'm gonna go into B. I'm going into B with them.
I don't see anything.
One lower. Back up.
They mid beat against the other team.
Yeah. One mid. He's right up close.
Nice, James.
Just play smart.
Just
I'm going
one.
into B.
That's
I'm going
the
into
only
B.
one I saw.
Okay, I'm going into
One
B.
B.
Watch long.
Smoke.
Hey, smoke. Flash B.
Smoke
Smoke
to flash B.
Pushing B tunnel.
Nice there.
It's clean. Clean.
One more coming in.
Yeah. Flanking B tunnel right now.
One. Only one. Only one. He's at the fall back.
That's
They
it.
fall
That's
back.
it. Got him.
Okay.
tunnel's clean.
Retake A.
Watch A. Watch A. Watch A.
I'm watching long.
Long. They
They
smoke
smoke
long.
long.
It's a bad smoke.
The crossing. Cross. One cross. Don't let him plant. Let's
No,
boost.
we don't. It's alright.
Okay.
Relax, man.
I can kill the planter. We can kill the planter. Boost.
He's going on the ramp. Oh, he's waiting for that.
He's on plat.
Nice.
Last guy.
Jump down in the smoke behind us.
Good
Nice,
job,
boys. Good job.
boys. Good fucking job.
Yeah, he was waiting for that boost. That was my fault. I shouldn't even.
I
boosted.
thought you were gonna. You
No,
were
I
a
was
lot closer
trying
to me.
jump
I felt
shoot
like
him,
it wasn't gonna work
and I
anyway.
think I accidentally jumped on your head. I was trying
Someone
to
on
jump
it?
shoot him.
Yeah, I'm on it.
Get on.
He's on it.
Jesus. All right, did Skadoodle get a kill there?
Sweet Lord.
Did Skadoodle get a kill?
I don't think so, no.
Could you imagine if no one was on that bomb after the last 2 rounds they just had?
Hold on, the round's done, but is it over?
Just checking there that they had it. So some sick shots. So we got one through the smoke over at B, the quick first kill there at the mid double doors. So some nice aim with those laser USPs.
Is there a bit of competition between Skadoodle and Peter there? I actually was curious if Skadoodle got a
Skadoodle
kill. He
got
would
a
actually,
kill.
with that kill, would have been tied with Peter. I don't know if that's what's going on, but a little bit of friendly competition can be really good for you. And looks like Desi's going to try to work out long, but they have 3 towards A, and even though they gave it up, are going to fight from long range. And do have a huge advantage here. Are going to smoke the front of the bomb, and that's perfect for them. No control of the bomb, and hardly any chance to win the round at this point.
Woo! That lit him up. Now 2 people alive. Hiko kind of stuck there in the pit. Last one, 2 HP. It's only Peter that's fallen. Did get a kill on this round, though. Hiko trying to get things done with the Glock. Finally going to be brought down.
Yeah, that's going to be a tough one. Now, again, CLG are actually... Wait, did they come away with 4 pistol rounds?
Yeah, no, Elevate found the CT pistols here on Dust 2, but it was CLG getting them both on cash.
Oh, okay, right, okay. So still a solid a half for counter-launch game. I thought that was on the back of the pistol, so that means that CLG are right now up 3-1 in pistols, and apparently doesn't affect what happens to them
Beautiful
for most of
spray
the game.
down.
But Roka coming out with
and Rush.
And showing why the entry fragger Skadoodle getting in on the action means that they have the long control. I don't know if they want to act on it. They know rotates are out. And that great flash from Tarek means he's going to blind one player. Skadoodle was wise to it, but still gets taken down.
Yeah, and we see Roka and Rush sync up so well together. I know you were telling me they don't even talk to each other all that much, but maybe they are now because this round we're going to go Turtle Beach team chat with Team Elevate.
Me and Desi are gonna fake the long range. You guys get ready to walk into B. Throw it. Yeah, okay, perfect. Yeah,
Roka, you lead. Okay. Yep.
Throw just a random smoke. Like, throw your smoke anywhere you can, Desi.
Me? Okay.
Yeah. I'm gonna smoke the corner and just smoke somewhere. Throw all your flash and just throw your nades over as well, just so they see them.
I'm walking in. My in-ear fell out. Fuck. Yeah, wait.
Wait, who's yellow?
Sky, you gotta come towards B.
It's me. My bad. I'm just spotting lower B.
Oh, okay, this is a fail.
Are we gonna start? He's falling back. He's falling back. You wanna start?
Go towards...
We're peeking B.
You can walk
Walking
in.
in B right now.
Walking B.
I got a couple of nades again.
Close mid, got him.
Nice.
Other one,
door,
other one close mid. He's rushing me.
Wait. B's clear. B's clear. Planning. Cover my window.
Don't lose any
Come
guns,
T-spawn,
guys.
come T-spawn, Desi.
Okay, yeah.
I'm playing back.
I'm gonna hold your back just in case they push long.
Here, I'll watch. I'm gonna go this way and just hold
Okay,
this the whole time.
okay.
I'm flashing
Watch
over
out.
ones.
One lower B.
Tunnel one is shooting.
Blind. Oh shit, that was a bad flash. Sorry.
He ran
Hold
away,
door, watch
tunnels,
window.
he ran away.
I'm watching window. Flash over. Actually, we should go tunnel and save.
Come
Okay,
tunnel. They could
come
be
tunnel. I'm
stairs.
gonna flash tunnel for you
Leave
right
right
now.
now. Leave right now. I got it. Leave right now.
Guys, come.
One
T-spawn,
T-spawn.
you see him.
T-spawn.
Okay, I'll help
Hey,
you
free
fight
health.
him.
I can't fight. You guys fight. He's there.
Post.
One more on your left.
Watch your lower B. Watch your lower B. Watch your lower B.
What is she? There's two there. Nice. One lower. In two tunnels. Killed me.
Oh, what a shot.
Who's that guy hiding over there? How
This
much
is
HP
me.
did you have?
Well, the strat kind of fell apart at the start of that round, but
That's a fail.
yeah, that's a fail. Able to bring down that player because CLG did just have pistols there, so Elevate get another one on the board. But some good teamwork to retreat out together through the B tunnels and not going to lose any of their guns on that one.
Yeah, it looked good. And yeah, abusing the rotational power of a simple long fake there on that eco round can be great. Especially if you don't think your fakes are going to work on the rifle, more than likely will work on the eco. But Roka, too aware of that push through the smoke, does get a kill for himself. And now it's 3 players left alive on CLG. They're going to be fighting 5 players along. Not the best place to do it. He's going to push through with a deagle and gets taken down by Desi. Now 1 player left on plat. Is going to try to take some pot shots into the abyss, but might not find any. And does do some damage, but Elevate looking like they're going to take another round strong here.
Yeah, player coming up on Cats, back him up. Tarek does find one. That's Roka that he brings down. More smokes going out for the cross. Still a bit of a gap, though. Peter can't quite pull the trigger fast enough. And now Tarek playing that sight box. Trying to get one. He does. Brings Desi down, but now the player's a game helper. That's Hiko and Skadoodle moving up. Hiko finds them both. And Elevate will win the round. Even the free personal $300 to Skadoodle for getting that bomb down.
Yeah, that's a nice little bonus for him. And CLG are going to look to take back the momentum here, as they really do need to maintain a sizable lead for anyone to believe that they're going to have any chance of fighting back on the CT side, which is definitely going to be the harder side for them. I think of this matchup versus, you know, some of the best entry fraggers in North America. Roka and Russia. Desi does go down to FNS, so he's going to hold that down, but Roka comes out for the quick trade frag. They can fall back, and this is, you know, in a sense, a man advantage. The only difference being FNS and Roka are a little bit low on health as well, but Rush, the unequalizer here, is the other one down to 50 HP, but working out for a fast mid to B split. I think my favor is CTs here, as they have 2 players in the site, are not going to be stuck in 1v1s, but their window is open behind them. Will he find the kill? Tarek around find one, and Roka does find himself, but Hayes, looking back, does get a kill, so it is a 2v2.
Yeah, it was looking all right there for a second. The flashes went out into the tunnels to delay those terrorists. The window kill was there, but a trade was made, and that allows Elevate to get into the site. Bomb down 2-on-2. This is a harder retake for those CTs, and we've only got 1 flash there on FNS. It's Colton Op versus 2 AKs. See if Peter can maybe open this up. Skadoodle is just looking at the window. Hiko holding on to the tunnels. Oh, they don't spot Skadoodle yet. He's able to bring down the window. Player peeks out to get to the door. Player, that's Peter. And they find them. They don't even take any damage on that hold.
Yeah, textbook 2v2. Very well played by them. The finger spaghetti mixed up between, I don't even know who that was, but it was right in front of Russia's eyes. I hope he doesn't mind. Yeah, they do take that now. Elevator 1 away from evening it up, and I'd say they're already in a lead in that sense, because they're going to be happy to play the CT or this T side. Oh my God, what are our odds of seeing a second best of 3 tonight?
I don't know. I mean, if any team was going to do it, it was most likely Elevate. Let's see if they truly can, though. CLG still with the lead for now, but just coming down here with pistols, a few players with armor. It's going to be really tough. They have had some amazing shots, but they are just eating nades.
Yeah, huge ones too.
Wow, blinded through that smoke. And Tarek with the 1 dig. Not even to the head. Player must just have been low. That was Desi you brought down, and they actually find themselves with a man advantage on this round. Cutler finding 2 kills, coming up big right now. He's very, very blind, going to be spotted. Can he get the 1 dig though? Hiko will bring him down with the AK, and now once more, a 2-on-2. The smoke goes out. That one was actually kind of poor, so it's pretty good that they are switching it up. Hopping up Xbox. Is Cutler going to catch them off guard? In the back he will, but he can't actually land that frag.
But Tarek is going to fall back into the site. He knows he needs to get a better position and does do it. Skadoodle misses an important shot, and will he peek right back to his angle? He does avoid it one more time. The key man in this round, Tarek, has long control. Cutler already on the flank. The bomb is planted for Cat. Skadoodle does go down. They don't know where the last man is, and he's alive, and Hiko wins the round for his team to equalize. Equalize.
Yes, equalize. How many times has Hiko just finished off the round with 2 kills just like that? Sometimes he's the last one there. Sometimes he still has a team, but he
in his
sometimes
life,
doesn't even need them, just gunning people down.
I know, and already up to 20 frags. Let alone the important ones in this game so far, and that's a tough one to lose. But CLG are still going to actually have money to buy here, so it's still tight, and it's still going to be an action-packed round that both teams plan on winning.
Yeah, well, I mean, the last one was more or less a save from CLG, so even though they lost, maybe they feel okay. Like it was a decent round for them. But now with the rifles, round 23, most important round we've seen here yet on Dust 2. And once more, it's mid to B. This time they're not dropping the smoke, but we've seen the CTs playing very heavy towards the CT spawn. And it's going to be, oh my gosh, the flash. Beautiful. Desi will find the trade out immediately. Oh, going to have to retreat because the mollies drop. Tarek will get Desi. And now Hiko and Rush both in lower B. It's 3-on-4.
And again, pay attention to this concave right here. The focal point on the round is Peter, who's going to look for an important frag right here. Shuts down the Cat aggression. They're going to go right up the trade because they know he dropped down, but he's going to fall off the game health. They're a very strong position. Doesn't find a kill, even though it looked like it went right through him, and catches another player crossing, so makes up for it instantly. Now Hiko left alive in a 1v4 situation. Doesn't find the first kill. Tarek takes him down.
Now those mollies coming in just at a beautiful time. Even if he wanted to go for the plant there, he would have been denied just because that Molotov landed. Yeah. And CLG, they had a close one last time on the save. Coming into the rifles, they'll get it. So once more, they've got the lead, but it's a small one. It's 12-11. And let's see, Skadoodle's got op and armor over there for Team Elevate. AK coming out now, so they do buy up.
Yeah.
Let's see what Desi's going to be using. He finds himself an AK as well. Full nades on everyone except for Rush. He's going to be carrying the bomb this round.
Yeah, and this is one round after losing 5 in a row, so this is a crucial run for them, and now already the man advantage down. Skadoodle finds an important frag on a player trying to push aggressively up Cat. I think if he delayed that a little longer, he might have found more success. Hiko taking some early damage here, but is not going to equalize the situation any more than they know because they don't know that the nade hit him, and since Roka was escorted out long, they can work other parts of the map and try to do some early damage and then go up Cat late and probably have a nice time doing it.
Let's see, Roka might get a chance here at long. I think he's at the little stairs. Yes, he is.
Shot.
Cutler looking at the doors, doesn't see the guy close. Roka can't get 2. Even still, it's 3-on-3. We've got 1 player in B. The bomb, though, is a little bit delayed. Let's see if they're going to push through the smoke. If Peter can maybe even get one through the smoke, perhaps he'll opt not to even shoot. Sees one boost over. Oh, and that flash comes out at the perfect time. That was within milliseconds of him finding the kill. He's got 3 people aiming at him right now. Peter able to peek out. He'll bring down Skadoodle. Now Hayes has made his rotation over and moving into the site. He gets 2 headshots. CLG back with a 2-round lead here, 13-11 as we get late into map 2.
Yo, beautiful hard rounds won, and that was super critical. Again, Skadoodle getting the early frag, getting the man advantage for his team meant that it looked bleak for CLG, but managing to get the superior trades and Peter delaying at the back of the site there with a very important kill. Now, I think was harder than it looked on a player Xbox, only exposing half his body. And now CLG looking for a 14th round on the back of Elevate saving, and the early nade damage is not going to hurt them, but slow them down. Rush gets a frag, Skadoodle gets a frag, but one of them is on his teammate, so Hiko, the last man in the site, is going to look to make some waves. I don't know if he'll find any. Wow, what a peak.
Brings down Peter. He's got a Tech 9. Let's see what he can do with it. Can he find one more? No, a little bit of damage. Tarek brings him down, and now CLG are only 2 away from forcing the first full best of 3 here at the CEVO Season 6 LAN. That third map, guys, if you're just tuning in or haven't been paying attention, it's Nuke.
Yeah, it's Nuke.
Very excited.
Yeah, and this isn't a biased cast. We don't want CLG to win because we love them. We love both teams, but we also love
Nuke more.
We love Nuke, so that's something we definitely want to see. I know you guys do too. So even if this series goes to best of 3s, why not add a third map to the first one? So Elevate looking to win a round here after being down 3 rounds. CLG winning the very crucial round to save their economy. Something Elevate couldn't do in the first half.
All right, Desi going to find Cutler there. FNS going to pop flash and push through, and they're not expecting it that fast. Oh! Still blind. He's going to get 3. We saw him do it at Long A yesterday. Yes. This time he takes it there at CT spawn, and now Hiko again, last person alive in B. And what a beautiful round there for CLG.
Fantastic from FNS. It can be so hard, pushing through that smoke, seeing a lot of players not looking at you, and having the focus and concentration to pick your targets really quickly and use enough bullets to kill them and move between them efficiently. It seems easy, right? You see players that aren't looking at you, but it can be really nerve-wracking situation, especially when you have such a great opportunity.
He did it again! He's 3 for 3!
Oh
Through the door headshot with the scouts. Cadoodle on Dust 2.
It's like the exact same pixel every time.
Yeah, it's so funny. Oh, but look at that.
The 1D from Roka as well. Cleaning up Long, and this map might not be over just yet.
Yeah, it's a very similar scoreline to map 1, except flip-flopped. It was, CLG trying to make the comeback, and they couldn't quite do it. It ended 16-14. That's why Team Elevate's got that yellow bubble up there as they won the first map. And let's see if they can mount the comeback here on Dust 2.
Yeah, superior. I mean, man advantage completely. Skadoodle, the one with the scale, though, is going to look to do some hard-earned damage to CLG. And all up on Cat means that, wait a second, we got to stack towards A, but they're looking back to B. Who knows if they're going to commit to this? Roka just sitting in front of the smoke, but it looks like they want to split B here. Roka just maybe going to jump off Cat late, and Hiko calling a perfect rotation here. Yeah,
we still CLG's like default A hold there when the map was up. 1 long, 1 game helper, 1 site, and well, they've only got 3 people. 1 person still running interference at A, but the B site completely open, bomb about to go down. And this should be a pretty easy one from here on out with Elevate.
I love when CS turns into football.
Yeah.
Yeah, CLG haven't won that round, and we know that CLG love exciting matches. So even though they looked very strong so far in the CT half, winning 4 rounds in a row, I want to say this isn't over, and I think that was one of their better opportunities to actually secure the round, as it was complete force buy from Elevate. And I wonder if Scooter is going to look to get rid of the scout for an op if someone else wants to take it. Rush is going to be alive with no gun.
Hazed. I mentioned at the beginning of this broadcast that it was rather cold in here. Now that we've filled up here, the arena is not so chilly, but apparently...
I think you guys need to start sweating more.
Hazed has got to get those hand warmers.
Because Hazed has cold hands.
Roka, sharing strategies with the other team. All right, so now 3 rounds away from taking this to OT. And what is CLG going to be working with? Can they close out map 2 with these double ops, Peter and Tarek?
Yeah, I really think it's worth just going all out and actually dropping the goal for an AK, dropping the scout for an AK, or with an op if possible, because they've got to win out, and that means that they need to do it soon. And yeah, for the very clean boost, might actually get an early frag here. That flash was not good at all. Hiko, always aware though, doesn't go right into it.
Yeah, and it's pretty dangerous to actually hold this for as long as Tarek has been. But yeah, they actually do have a player out there in CT middle spotting it, so they know that no one's pushing down. That's why Tarek is comfortable to stay on that boost. But yeah, Hiko not giving him an inch. So it's very passive down there in lower B.
And throwing a nade up Cat doesn't actually do any damage, but avoiding the op, which was the crucial part there. But Tarek finds a frag somewhere now. They have the man advantage, a double. And 2 ops left on the board. This round is looking great. Now there's 3 players left alive for Elevate, 2 only remaining in a 2v4 situation. Rushes out long, the bomb is going to try to come with them. Their best opportunity here is to kill the man on the site and try to plant the bomb and secure the retake. But now that they're spotted, the rotations are going to come out. It's going to get intense. 35 seconds left on the clock. They're pushing up, they're full blind right now. They have to cross long. The smoke isn't that good, but it's going to suffice. And Tarek takes down 1 player. Peter finds another, and that's the map for CLG. We're seeing Nuke.
Yeah, we are. And it's not just just us that like Nuke. We know that CLG, they feel very comfortable on that map still. I know you were talking to Peter.
Yes.
And we chatted with Team Elevate a little the other day. They said also, well, not so much Hiko, but I'm guessing it was Roka and Rush, because that's still the, you know, the Elevate members.
Yeah.
The 3 newer ones maybe don't feel the same way on Nuke, but it's, you know, it's a pretty key map for both of these teams, and I think it's going to be exciting. Yeah,
it was Roka and Rush, I believe. Hiko said, no, we don't want to do it. Roka and Rush, I think we're the people that were most enthusiastic about playing it, but you know, Hiko pointing out to the T sides that they could struggle very easily. Going out upper can be a mission. Taking ramp together, if you don't have proper coordination, can be a real struggle. So we'll see if that happens. But man, we get to see Nuke. I'm so excited.
All right, high-fiving up here on the desk. Let's see what the analysts are up to. And we're going to throw it back down to Misled and Dust. Guys?
Thank you guys so very much for that. That was an awesome map number 2 that we got to see there. Switching it up, going to Dust 2. And for a second, it was looking a little shaky, like CLG was going to run away really fast there. And then Elevate made quite the game out of that, but some impressive big plays coming from CLG to finally finish that out. And what we did get to see there was CLG being able to close out a map a little faster than normal.
Yeah,
by one round, I guess.
Here's the thing, like on Dust 2, especially yesterday when these two teams played head-to-head, we talked about how they both struggled on CT side. They were both able to get 13 rounds on T side in regulation. It went to an overtime, went to a double overtime, still struggling to get CT rounds up until that last OT where finally CLG kind of edged it out to win that thing 22-20. Now in this game, CLG, once again, starting out pretty powerful there. On the T side, able to work some good executions. You had Cutler, you had Tarek, all getting the entry frags that you would expect them to get, playing very well. But it got a little bit scary there at the end, actually. Those last couple of rounds where Peter, 2 rounds in a row, got kind of caught by like a ninja-type defuse. And they really could have had a much bigger lead at 11 to 4 instead of that 9-6.
Yeah, some of those are moments that you just want to instantaneously forget what happened there. And I mean, those were kind of rough, but they ended up coming back from that. They shook it off. They did what they needed to get right back on track and get themselves the win there. But I mean, essentially, we started off, well, not essentially, we did start off first half with Elevate taking that pistol, and subsequently they took the next 2 anti-eco rounds after that, which Dust 2, that's pretty normal to have happen there. CLG took the first full buy round, and after that, that's when they started forcing the issue. They ended up tying it back up. Then finally into round number 7, CLG take the B bomb site. They end up taking the lead right there, and then they just continued from there. I mean, 5-3, and then of course, like you just said, we got to the end of that where we had a little bit of a misstep or 2 by Peter, and I mean, the first one was just horribly bad luck. You're getting into a gun battle. It's a 1 versus 2. You got your op out. You're at pit. The bomb's planted for you. You're ready for it. And then you pull the op out, and guess what? You don't have another bullet in it. So you got to pull out the P250. He's already on the bomb. You see Hiko moving up and down. You know he's getting close to it. You don't have a chance to just try and run right at him and hope that you can get up close enough. So he did the only thing he could try and do. He tried to sit down on that, try and pull the P250 into his face. He just wasn't able to collect it.
Yeah, they were tough to watch. We're going to watch them again, though, so that you can kind of see what we're talking about if you missed it, because these were the big plays that actually kind of kept elevating the game. They were about to get swept again, kind of like Monday with the big double-digit score from CLG, but they hold it to 9 because of these 2 rounds that we're about to show you here from the BenQ Best Plays with these clutches we were talking about here with Peter.
So getting into it right off the bat, I believe this is the one where we got Peter down there at long after that bomb gets planted. Yeah, they're Elevate taking this bomb site. Boom, there goes Cutler. Now it's Finesse and Peter. Peter getting in this op out. As you can see, 4 bullets left right here. Ends up trying to make another peek. That puts him down to 3. Finesse is moving up. Finesse goes down. Now, boom, he's down to 2 bullets. Pulls out. Tries to re-scope in, takes that shot, misses that one. 1 bullet left here, takes that shot onto Skadoodle, steps out and looks, realizes he's got to reload, so he has to sit down onto the P250 to try and make the shot happen, and he couldn't get away with it. Hiko just had to squeak that out. Yeah, 2 HP, no kit. If he would have had a kit, that would have been done faster, but he couldn't make it happen. And I mean, what's heartbreaking about that is we go right into another round where we're forced into a Peter situation where he's able to clutch this round if he can get up onto that bomb. And it's another BenQ Best Play coming up right here. It's going to be a 1 versus 1 with him versus Roka. Roka throws down the smoke. Peter's in a perfect position here to get up on top of this and spam him down with the P250. Takes him down to 17 HP and just couldn't find him through the smoke. It's so difficult to make those shots happen, and it can be so frustrating when they're in that smoke. It's so hard to know. I mean, they're covered in smoke. You just kind of gotta hope and get lucky on it.
That was tough, man. I mean, I've never seen Peter that distraught about something.
Yeah.
Usually he's the guy that's lifting everyone's spirits when things are going poorly. Usually he's that hype guy, and you could just tell that he was pretty lit about that. And to be fair, when it happens to you once, you brush it off maybe. If it happens to you 2 rounds in a row to kill your opportunity to have a huge 11-4 lead and make that game within striking distance of Elevate when you know you need this map to prevent the second best of 3, that hurts a lot. I know the crowd started kind of pepping up, like, come on, Peter, you can do it. And it was actually kind of a cool moment there. But then we flip over to the second half, and like we said, you know, CLG was struggling on their CT sides pretty much this entire tournament, especially against Elevate there on Dust 2, you know, giving up 13 rounds in that particular game and having to make a crazy comeback on T side to force the overtimes. And that's kind of what this did not happen here, though. Much better CT side out of CLG.
Yeah, they really picked it up, and they were doing what they needed to. And, I mean, they start off with a pistol round win, which we hadn't really seen them do. I don't know, actually, we didn't see it once for them on CT side. And I mean, they get a pistol round win, which is gigantic for them. And it was off of B claps. They got really greedy. They pushed down into lower B. They forced the issue there. And it looked like for a second they were going to actually force an over-rotate from the A bomb site, but they cleared it out with Hayes going through lower and made that happen. So they're eventually able to rotate back to A. And it was on Peter on comms right there. Just slow down, play the retake, play the retake.
Right.
They all grouped up. They made that smart play, and they ended up getting a pistol, which really set them on the right foot and going forward.
Yeah, because see, we were talking, or I was talking about how CLG traditionally on CT sides likes to throw in a lot of aggression. You know, on Cash, I was talking about it, where they like the last map, or the first map that we saw, pushing through Squeaky Hall, sometimes pushing the A lobby, things like that. They've been a bit more reserved this tournament. They've been a bit more passive in their play. However, they threw out some of that retro aggression on the D2, on that CT side. But, you know, when they start playing ahead, there were some instances where Elevate continues to kind of stay in the game, continues to make it close, and we actually have a clutch play that Hiko pulled off there in the second half to show you here as another one of our BenQ best plays that kind of kept Elevate and actually tied up the game 11-all because of this.
Yeah, this was an awesome 1v2 clutch that we got to see here. Skadoodle ends up going down early into this. Cutler comes over the top from Catwalk, drops him out of the round. Hiko drops Tark. Now it's a 1-versus-1. Beautiful shot from CT Connector up towards Cutler, up on the Catwalk to get that 1-versus-2 clutch. And I mean, I believe that was the round that forced us back into a tie, 11-11.
Yeah, so very, very close game, but then all of a sudden the CLG started hitting their stride again on the CT side, and we have another actual big play that was really key on CLG shutting out this game, and it's actually going to be Finesse, a guy you don't necessarily talk about so often for these highlight plays, but check this play out.
Yeah, beautiful flash through the smoke, caught them all off guard. 3 players out there, Desi, Rush, and Skadoodle all go down to him. Now it's going to be Roka and Hiko. Roka goes down right there. Hiko steps through the smoke, is able to try and almost get a shot on the player at Car, but Finesse with the smart rotate up through the double doors ends up closing that down and preventing him from being able to gain any more traction, drop any more guns, and force any more rebuys.
Yeah, and that big play right there from Finesse actually puts CLG at match point, and where they're eventually able to close out the game there shortly afterwards. And I have to just say, it seemed like Elevate wasn't going to those tried and true things that have made them so successful in the past on T side of this map. We're so used to seeing Roka being able to dominate that long A area. We're used to being able to see these mid to B splits work, and Desi being able to work out the mid and catch picks and such. Just that didn't happen here in this game. It just didn't happen. And on their CT side, you know, I'm used to seeing Roka being the anchor in the B bomb site, whereas in this game he was playing more of that mid to B area in favor of Hiko being the anchor at the B bomb site. And I almost wonder if that taking Roka out of his comfort zone on the CT side where he's used to play had any type of effect, not only here, but also Monday when they really struggled on the CT side. It's something to maybe think about, but also just good performance from CLG. Like I said, their main entry fraggers, like your Hayes, like your Cutler, absolutely key there, playing really well. Tarek was on point, and then Peter, outside of those 2 mishaps, which were honestly just a lack of luck. It wasn't necessarily badly played. He still played really well overall. He did not let that get to him, and he closed out the game with the rest of his team. Yeah, I mean, just bad luck plays there. But, I mean, Peter's going to come back from that stronger than ever. Same with CLG. But we should be getting into our first map number 3 of these best of 3s that we've been going on here shortly. But we're going to throw it to a quick commercial, and we'll be back. Yeah, we'll talk about Nuke then.